InDesign has many ways to add effects to objects or type. Just look at the Effects panel with an opacity slider at the top, and in the FX menu, 9 other ways to add effects. I'm making a total of 6 short videos to show you how to use these tools. If you're not interested in transparency at the moment, just go to the one you do want to see. In this first video, we're going to talk about transparency and opacity. You can see that this type is somewhat transparent, and so is this type here, and this object. So how is that done? Let's find out. First thing you have to do, of course, is to select your object with the selection tool. Go over here to the Effects panel, and you can simply use the opacity slider to make the object more transparent. Now here we have 60% opacity, and that of course just means the same thing as 40% transparency. It's exactly the same. Here they just call it opacity. If you go to the transparency section of the FX menu, you get a dialog box. And this is the same thing. They still call it, even though they call it the transparency dialog box, they still talk about opacity. So it's the same. And here you've got the blending modes, and I'm going to talk about those in a different video. It's much simpler to simply use this opacity slider. Now, to undo any effect that you have done or any set of effects, if you've done 5 or 6 different effects, if you want to clear it all, simply click this little icon, the little box, and go back to the original. Now, what if we want to have the frame, the black part, or they call it the stroke, be a different amount of opacity from the fill? That is very simple. Just click on stroke over here, set your opacity, go to fill, and set a different opacity. Simple. What about type though? You click on the type frame. Now object mode over here and text seem to work the same. So you can do either way. That works, and this also works. Terrific. Now what about with this one? I have type with an outline. What I want to do is have the magenta outline appear and have the black part completely disappear. I'm going to try various ways to do that. With object, you can see that's not the effect we want. Let's try stroke. Oh, that does nothing. What about fill? Nothing. What about text? Well, that's not right either. So what's the trick? The trick is go to the type menu, create outlines. Now we have an object and we can work with it just the way we worked with this rectangle here. We'll leave the stroke at 100%, the fill, to make it disappear, we go down to 0% opacity, and we got what we were after. Now, there is a way to make a transparency gradient too. I'm going to discuss that though in the final effects video about feathering. So perhaps I'll see you over there.